Welcome back to Dinar Community, your reliable source for in-depth updates on global currency movements, live exchange rate tracking, and financial insights you won't find anywhere else. Today's report is far from ordinary news or mere speculation. It could change the financial future for countless people around the world. What's unfolding right now in the foreign exchange market is not just another headline, it's a historic event that only comes around once in a lifetime, if at all. Those who have quietly observed the currency markets over the years, patiently awaiting what many dismissed as an unlikely major revaluation of the Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong, are now witnessing what could be a life-altering moment. This latest development may well be the crucial turning point that justifies all that waiting. This isn't simply data on a screen, it's the outcome of a global financial restructuring and coordinated international efforts finally aligning with what many investors believed to be inevitable. With Iraq and Vietnam breaking new ground, this is no longer speculation, it's transformation. For those ready to proceed with careful thought, knowledge, and discipline, the opportunities are enormous. In just the past day, dramatic shifts have sent shockwaves through foreign exchange markets worldwide. We're seeing unprecedented rises in the values of the Iraqi dinar (IQD) and Vietnamese dong (VND), pushing these currencies to levels once considered impossible or decades away. As of June 2025, the Iraqi dinar has surged beyond 490 United States dollars per IQD, while the Vietnamese dong has astonished experts by climbing past $310 USD. These figures aren't forecasts, they reflect actual confirmed rates across major global trading platforms. This sudden surge has triggered immediate excitement and disruption across financial hubs from New York and London to Dubai, Singapore, and Frankfurt. Traders received system alerts, and institutional investors began aggressively adjusting their portfolios. For years, critics labeled talk of major currency revaluations as conspiracy theories or wishful thinking, but today's market response tells a different story. This is not a minor shift or routine fluctuation, it's history unfolding live. Anyone holding IQD or VND assets may now be facing significant increases in their net worth, presenting both great opportunity and responsibility. Many wonder what explains such a rapid and dramatic rise in these two currencies, long considered undervalued. Insider sources and respected financial experts point to a complex mix of national reforms, shifting global monetary alliances, and renewed confidence in the growth prospects of Iraq and Vietnam. For Iraq, this rise wasn't spontaneous. It's been in the making for years, driven by international pressure to reform, strategic initiatives from the Iraqi Central Bank, and the economic vision championed by Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani. His administration has pushed through tough reforms focused on fighting corruption, overhauling the banking sector, and enhancing transparency in foreign transactions. These reforms were critical to meeting international benchmarks required for Iraq's currency to be fully reinstated on global markets. Iraq's vast untapped oil, gold, natural gas, and agricultural resources are finally gaining the recognition they deserve. The world is no longer viewing Iraq as a conflict zone but as an emerging economic power influencing global energy markets and trade. Vietnam's story is just as remarkable. Its currency's surge reflects a shift toward an asset-backed model, supported by significant trade agreements and partnerships with nations such as India, Russia, and key Middle Eastern economies. Unlike hype-driven speculation, Vietnam's currency rise rests on solid financial fundamentals. Its growing foreign reserves, expansion of digital banking, and leadership in regional manufacturing have all strengthened the dong's value. Central to this progress is Vietnam's focus on reducing external debt and boosting internally managed financial resources. Digitization of banking services across public and private sectors ensured the system could handle the pressures of revaluation. What we're witnessing in Vietnam is the deliberate rise of a global trade leader, grounded in tangible assets, diversified supply chains, and strategic governance. This event stands apart from previous speculative surges because it's rooted in legal, geopolitical, and structural groundwork laid over years. This isn't about rumors or social media hype, it's backed by real-world financial reforms, international regulatory compliance, and shifting geopolitical alliances. Globally, major banking centers reacted swiftly, pausing IQD and VND purchases temporarily, not due to rejection, but to recalibrate their systems to this new reality. Banks in Dubai, Singapore, and London were caught off guard by how quickly this event unfolded. In the US, private currency exchange locations report unprecedented demand, with thousands rushing to arrange official redemptions. Yet, many institutions are still preparing behind the scenes, making strategic patience essential. Despite rampant online chatter, no prior public announcement signaled this surge, strongly suggesting a high-level coordinated effort among governments, central banks, and international regulators. The quiet build-up before the event appears to have been a deliberate move to minimize speculative interference and allow financial systems to adjust responsibly. This controlled approach underlines how carefully managed this transition has been. While misinformation will spread and scammers will try to exploit the excitement, the truth is anchored in monetary reform, international compliance, and institutional readiness. This event will redefine financial futures, but only for those who stay calm, focused, and disciplined through the coming changes. Let's step away from emotion and headlines to look at what these numbers mean for personal finances. For example, if you hold 1 million Iraqi dinars, at today's rate of $4.90 per IQD, your holdings are now worth a staggering $4.9 million USD. Similarly, 5 million Vietnamese dong, at the new rate of $310 per VND, converts to $1.5 million USD. These are not abstract numbers, they are potentially life-changing sums. That said, resist the urge to rush into redemptions or exchanges through unofficial channels. Beware of VIP offers or any deals that sound too good to be true. Scammers thrive in times like this. Only work with regulated financial institutions and await clear guidance from your bank or authorized currency exchanges. Acting hastily could cost you dearly. The financial infrastructure is still adapting, and reputable outlets will soon establish formal, structured procedures for currency holders. Looking ahead, experts agree this revaluation might be just the initial phase of a broader global financial reset involving multiple undervalued currencies. Attention is already turning to others long considered suppressed, like the Zimbabwean dollar (ZWL), Indonesian rupiah, and Egyptian pound (EGP). Unlike past wild speculation, today's shifts are backed by transparent economic developments, verified trade partnerships, and growing faith in emerging markets. This moment could be the start of a multi-phase realignment reflecting actual national wealth, not just speculation. The savviest investors now are not rushing to cash out but carefully monitoring how global financial systems adjust over time. For those who navigate this period thoughtfully, building generational wealth is possible. What's unfolding is more than a currency event. Iraq and Vietnam's simultaneous revaluation may herald a new era in global finance, where undervalued currencies tied to real assets finally gain their rightful status worldwide. For decades, emerging economies like Iraq and Vietnam were constrained by outdated exchange systems that failed to reflect their true resource wealth and growth potential. Iraq's oil reserves and Vietnam's manufacturing and digital infrastructure are now driving a reclaiming of financial sovereignty. This shift transcends currency values. It's about national pride, economic justice, and global respect for countries long underestimated. If these developments continue, they could mark the dawn of a new monetary era rooted in tangible assets and responsible leadership, not mere market speculation. For American investors following the IQD and VND for years, this surge validates patient research and strategic positioning. Interest in these currencies among U.S. investors has been steady, but recent spikes have caused inquiries at major banks like Chase, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America to soar. While not every branch or advisor is fully briefed, internal communications are underway. Executive-level staff at some banks have been receiving guidance on how to handle the evolving situation. Private currency exchange centers and wealth managers are quietly preparing for increased client demand. Remember, infrastructure always trails behind historic shifts. Delays don't mean denial. Procedures will become clearer, so holders must remain calm, informed, and organized. This isn't hype or baseless rumors. It's a story of two sovereign nations reclaiming their economic futures. Iraq's talented youth and rich cultural heritage have long been overlooked despite their country's immense natural wealth. Vietnam's hard-working population has patiently built a manufacturing powerhouse deserving of currency recognition. These new valuations are earned, not giveaways or speculative bubbles. They represent respect on the world stage. For investors, this isn't only about financial gain, it's about joining a movement where wealth creation aligns with fairness, effort, and real value. IQD and VND strength symbolize a larger story, nations emerging from imposed constraints, confidently claiming their place globally, demanding dignity and fair treatment. This moment marries financial opportunity with a broader global narrative of fairness, stability, and equitable trade. If you hold IQD or VND, regardless of amount or time invested, you must follow crucial principles going forward. 1. Only trust verified, reputable sources. Expect misinformation and scams. 2. Don't rush. Secure redemption systems are still developing. 3. Watch for official announcements from banks, government agencies, and respected media, not social media influencers or unregulated groups. 4. Preserve your wealth by staying disciplined and avoiding pressure tactics or offers that sound too good to be true. This moment is rare and decisions now will affect your financial future for years. At Iraqi Dinar Info, our mission is clear. No hype, no clickbait, just accurate, accountable, fact-based reporting on the IQD, VND, and potentially more undervalued currencies. In the coming days, weeks, and months, expect us to deliver detailed analysis, thorough research, and practical guidance so you can make informed financial choices. We'll track every official statement, regulation, and market movement, cutting through the noise. In a world full of sensationalism, we remain grounded. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay connected here. This is more than currency, it's about national dignity, economic justice, and possibly the start of a financial era built on real assets, responsible governance, and global respect. Thank you for trusting us to keep you informed. Stay with us. Like and subscribe for more videos.